Kyra, Laimi, and Isid. I am Kyra.
I am Laimi.
And remember to keep your ears wide open as we are going to test you at the end of our presentation. Stay tuned.
So, the next few slides is all about information and details about that kin. So, I know you all might be wondering, who on earth is that kin or what is that kin? We all, the schoolgirls, can predict what are you thinking right now. We know bunch of questions are popping out in your heads right now. Are we right? Alright, let's move on.
Now, finally, it's time to introduce you to Deafkin. This is Deafkin. Deafkin is named Deafkin because there's the word deaf on his face and kin comes from the word pumpkin. Deafkin is a lightweight creature who is only 10 kilograms, so that it could soar through the sky like a bat. By the way, if you look closely at Deafkin, it actually has a pair of bat wings. Also, Deafkin has a witch hat, pumpkin face, vampire cape, and a bat wings. And Deafkin also grows older and older by time, just like us humans. After all, Deafkin is not that tall. It is only 110 centimeter tall. Can you believe it? It's just the height of a toddler. Now, let's dive in deeper to look more into details about Deafkin.
Here's Deafkin's target. Unfortunately, Deafkin's targets are humans. If you're wondering why, well, you will have to be patient and find out later on. Deafkin is a very unique creature with strange and special features that no one on Earth will believe. One of its unique features is flying. Deafkin doesn't walk on land and only flies because, if you haven't noticed, it doesn't even have legs, so it can only fly for its entire life. It actually sounds fun, but also boring at the same time. Like, just imagine not being able to walk. But flying also sounds very exciting. I would love to try it out if it is possible. Anyways, another special feature of it is throwing candies. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean when you say throwing candies? Well, everyone here probably knows who Spider-Man is, right? I mean, Spider-Man is very well known. So, like, if you don't know who Spider-Man is a superhero, yeah. And Spider-Man shoots webs out of his hands. And Deafkin is a little similar to Spider-Man, just that Deafkin shoots candies out of its hands instead of webs. Isn't that cool? Finally, the last special feature of Deafkin is that it only says the word deaf. A weird thing about Deafkin is that it doesn't know how to talk. It doesn't talk. The only thing it could say is deaf. That sounds extremely terrifying. If you think it's scary too, please react with a ghost emoji. Moving on, as you can see, there is a mini fun fact below. At first, Deafkin was a cute and friendly creature, but then it became cruel. What happened to it? Well, you will find out later. Tips for avoiding Deafkin is to not attend trick-or-treat. Luckily in Malaysia, we don't really celebrate Halloween or attend trick-or-treat, so we're safe, we're good. But yeah, you can't attend trick-or-treat to avoid Deafkin, or else Deafkin will do something horrible to you. You will find out about it soon.
The time has finally come, the story of Deafkin. You all have been so patient, and now it's time to expose everything. Once again, remember to listen carefully, as we are going to test you at the end. Alright, let's start the story. So, of course, That cane has a story of its own, and there is a reason for its actions. Well, you see, that cane was an average human being, like us when it was still alive. It sounded, looked, and acted normal. But the only weird thing about that cane was that it, unlike others, didn't have a proper name. That's actually because no one knew when or where it was created. No one knew who its parents were, not even itself. Very mysterious, and right? Well, the truth is that cane was reborn as a dead person. And what's worse is that it was reborn as an infamous killer that didn't have a name. Or you can say a killer that not many people know the information of, but that Cain did not know that. So it was confused at why people were treating it like a monster. Some would ignore it when it tried to make a conversation, but it still stayed patient and friendly to everyone. And well, it was on Halloween when it couldn't take it anymore as everyone was ignoring its candies and avoiding it. So it decided to commit suicide and promised to take revenge on humans. And that's why that king has a hatred for humans, and it is now. To be fair, no one was to blame here. It was all just a misunderstanding that king still isn't aware of. And that's the end of the story. Let's move on to the next slide.
What do you think of Defkin? Type your response in the chat space. Okay, now it's time to introduce you to another creature, and it's called tree. I know the spelling of tree is the same as the number 3. So I want to ask everyone, can anyone try to guess what tree looks like? There is no right or wrong for guessing. Okay, who wants to volunteer? We'll let 3 people to guess.
Can I guess?
Okay.
I guess they are triplets. Are they like triplets?
I don't know. Anyone else?
I think you have people responding in the chat box.
Yeah, I look. Alright, let's move on. Unmute.
The moment where everyone has been waiting for. This is tree. Well, if you look at it, you can straight away tell why its name is tree. It's because there are 3 parts in tree. Tree is an old creature who is already 100 years old. Wow, that's old. Yeah, I know, right? And guess what? Tree is literally 200 cm tall. That's like so tall. But what is even more shocking is that the width of tree is just 70 kilograms. It is only 70 kilograms, even though it is 100 years old and 200 centimeters tall. Imagine if you saw a tree and had to look up to see it. You could easily break your head in the process. Just kidding, that's an over-exaggeration. Well then, let's find out more about trees.
So, the target of tree is anything. Maybe it could eat anything that is in tree sight. Be careful if you see tree during Halloween. Tree special features it only appears 12 and midnight onwards. Tree won't appear earlier than 12 and midnight. Soon, all of you will be detectives to find out why tree only appears on 12 and midnight. Other unique feature is each head doesn't have all of the 5 senses. This means every hat won't have 5 complete senses. For example, maybe the yellow hat doesn't have mouth to eat and only has eyes, or maybe the blue hat doesn't have ears to hear and only have eyes. Something like that. Get it? Show me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. Alright, do you still remember tree have 3 different parts? Here is something interesting for you all to understand. So, the 3 different parts actually represent different personalities. The yellow hat gets irritated easily, so better don't disturb the yellow hat. For the blue hat, it is not talkative. Do you want to know why? Because it doesn't even have a mouth. Finally, for the purple hat, it is very selfish but not for everything, just for food. Since trees only appear during 12 a.m. midnight, the tips are not to go out from 12 onwards. But if you happen to go out from your house and saw tree, you have to bend down as fast as you can because, remember, tree is 200 cm tall. So you have to bend down to avoid it.
Alright, so for now, we're going to tell the mystery of tree.
In 3, 2, 1.
Tree is actually made by a witch by accident on 12 a.m. midnight sharp. The yellow hat is the eldest among three, and the blue hat is just 5 minutes younger than the yellow hat. So it is the second eldest among three, and the youngest among three is the purple hat. They didn't have any gender. The blue hat is the place where the purple hat's food is stored, and they raised the yellow hat up high, not because it is the eldest. It's because the yellow hat has cleanliness, so it doesn't like getting blood all over it. Until one day, tree was nowhere to be found. People do not know what happened to it. Even detectives or archaeologists do not know where it went. Till now, no one has discovered this strange mystery.
And well, finally, here is a little surprise for you guys. As you can see, it's actually, we want you guys to have a memorable experience, so we created activities for you guys. Anyways, I hope you will enjoy and love these activities.
So, this is the first activity. Did everyone see that there were many pictures of pumpkins and ghosts? And it also has number on each of the pictures. Behind each of the pictures, there will be a mystery question that you must answer. Someone is going to volunteer and choose a picture, and he or she must answer the question that is behind the picture. Understand? If there are no questions, let's start. Now, who wants to volunteer?
Activity time, which means you guys are going to be doing 2 different activities. Yay!
Now I'm going to pick some people to answer the questions. Xi Yuan. Xi Yuan, please choose a number.
2.
Okay, the question is, why is the eldest sibling separated?
It's okay if someone doesn't know, maybe you can choose someone else.
Okay. So, Enshen.
Can I because I don't know, so can I guess one answer?
Okay.
Because of its cleanliness.
Yeah.
Billy, what was it again?
Answer is because it has cleanliness and it doesn't like getting blood all over it.
Oh, okay.
Second person.
Miss Jun. Teacher, so you need to choose a number.
Oh, I choose a number. Just now see and pick 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. I shall pick 1.
Who has teeth among the 3 heads in tree?
Okay, now definitely not 2 because you said that the second one doesn't have a mouth, right? So
I don't know.
is it the first one?
First one is the eldest.
Hey, wait, the eldest is the cleanliness one. Is it number 3, the youngest one?
Yes.
Yes. Do I have any
Last.
reward?
Huh?
Do I have any reward? Just kidding. Okay, go on, girls.
So I will choose one more people. The queen.
Okay.
So the question is, what is that king's favorite target?
Humans.
Okay,
I'm
the
not
answer
wrong.
is correct.
Okay, thank you.
So where do we claim our rewards, girls?
No rewards.
So here's the last activity. A game of Blooket. I think most of you knows how to play Blooket already, right? Give me a reaction of a skull emoji if you know how to play Blooket. Alright, so I'll stop share for a little while, then I'll share the link in the chat space.
Okay, are we going to start now?
Okay, we are going to start now. Okay. So let's continue.
Congratulations, Bill.
Well, that's it for our presentation. I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed it.
I wish you a happy Halloween.
Thank you for listening and playing with us.
Have a
Nice day.
Bye.
Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation today. As Halloween is coming soon, we are present the melty onion ice cream. Next.
Today, I'm going to show you a monster called Melty Onion Ice Cream. Can call Melty for short. Next.
Let's talk about Melty's body type. As you can see, two of its eyes are different. That is because it is twisted so only half of its body works. It cannot control half of its body. There is also a broken ice cream cone on its head, but it's only important for later. Remember, smelting isn't actually an ice cream. It's just what the creator called it. It is also expired quote-unquote ice cream. The green sticky liquid that it gets along is also expired, but it's just way older. It always cries. It's always crying because Snoopy is a literal onion. It is also topped with onion slices, raw onion slices. Oh, and please don't ever go near Melty. It will cry and it just might burn your skin.
Now I'm going to introduce our melty onion ice cream. Its name is melty onion ice cream. You can call melty for short. It is 300 years old. At least that's what the character thinks. And its special feature is a broken ice cream cone that is sharp and pointy. Melty weight is only 3 grams. Its favorite food is beef. Can you believe that a junk food can eat healthy? And the last, Melty is a bit of shy. Next, I'm going to introduce our story Mountain. Melty was being thrown out of the window by the characters. Because of its ugliness and shyness, creation started to pick on it because it is an easy target. This was why it made it sad because it thought the other creations was his friend. Melty felt alone because it don't have friends. Until one day, Melty befriended one of the characters' creation that was much cuter than Melty. It implies that maybe life isn't that bad. Next.
Now let's ask some questions. Why does Melty always cry? If you want to, please type your answer in the chat box. The answer could be anything because there are different possibilities.
You mean you're asking why? You mean you're asking us why does Melty always cry? Okay.
Please. The main cause of it always crying is because of trauma, basically bullying and loneliness. It always cries because it's an onion and crying even a tiny bit, its size would hurt and it makes it cry more. Next.
Anshu, what? If it's you, what are you going to choose? 3 grams or 300 kg?
Actually, it's me. I'm going to choose 300 kg, but I don't know why is it so much people choose 3 grams.
We have a lot of response. Okay, you can move on. Anshu, just not your representer. Okay, go on.
Next. Third question. Why is Melty being bullied all the time? Can you guess why? Next.
A lot of people say because it's ugly. Who drew the illustration? Later the illustrator is going to cry.
Apparently, the answer is just because Melty is ugly. Can you believe it? That makes no sense. Next.
So, you might be wondering who is Melty's creator. Based on some info that we have given you, if you can, please type in the chat box to tell us about the creator. For example, you can think that the creator is a bunny or just anything. Use your imagination. Next. You all answer it wrong, but it's okay though. The creator is a child. The child's name is anonymous, but you can call him whatever you like. He loves food and that's why he's overweight. He had made several quote-unquote food to eat, but it ended up tasting disgusting. I'll just leave it up to you to wonder why. He is super young, that's why his action may be childish. It's a kid, of course, his actions can be childish. He is quote-unquote creative. Yep, you guessed it. It's because of his creation that he has shown to others. Next.
Thank you for listening and we hope you enjoy our slide. Bye.
Okay.
Hello everyone. Before starting our presentation, we would like to thank you for coming here today and listening to our presentation. Last week we were given a project to work on that is to create our very own Halloween spooky character. So may we proudly present the Blood Bomber. This presentation is made by Joaquin, Tinghui, and Valerie.
We are going to reveal our mystery character. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
This is the Blood Bomber. Sit tight and get yourselves ready as we bring you on a scary trip to learn more about the Blood Bomber.
Fun fact 1. Did you know that the blood bomber can transform into a totally different body if it sees a human? It has a pet that accompanies. Its name is Stealth Blood.
The Blood Bomber has some pretty interesting features and appearances. It has blood-dipped horns, bloody eyeballs, and sharp teeth.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that the blood bomber does not have a heart? The name of this character is Blood Bomber. Its weight is EWJ and its height is 170 cm.
Humans loved. Well, the Blood Bomber isn't any much different than us. Except for the dishes. It takes a cup of pus and eats eyeballs in the morning, human meat and a few cups of saliva for lunch. And for dinner, it drinks blood soup and eats human hearts. Ew! Thinking of these dishes makes me drool. Not.
The personality of the blood bomber isn't the best. It will easily become moody and it has a bad temper. It is an evil and greedy person. It hates hygiene too. It might be the main reason why the blood bomber's home is very dirty.
As far as we know, hobbies give you the opportunity to enhance your life. Hobbies allow you to distress yourselves and remaining mentally productive. Having hobbies are very important. The Blood Bomber acknowledges that too. Let's take a look at some of his hobbies or his favorite things to do. Swimming in blood. Swimming in pools of blood. Sounds like a fun activity. Ooh, journal killing. I wonder, what does the Blood Bomber write in its journal? Baking human chocolate cake and kill reading is also one of the Blood Bomber's hobby. How fun!
Why does the blood bomber hate humans so much? Let us discover the real reason behind it. Let us tell you a story. Jack was born with a skin illness. His parents never liked him, especially his father. They thought that he was a shame to the family, so they treated Jack worse than an animal.
The first day of school wasn't any much better for Jack. He was the main target of the bullies. Jack would always return home full of scars, but nobody cared or even bothered to look at him.
Well, maybe not everyone. One day, Jack met a little puppy who also had a skin illness. The puppy looked sick and hungry. Jack decided to bring it home and take good care of it. He named it Rex. Day passed, and Jack was taking a tree stone in his garden. Suddenly, he felt his tree stone and wanted some water. So he leaned over the well and
Push! Jack was being pushed into the well by his father. May your ugly dog accompany you to the afterlife. Saying that, Jack's father also pushed Rex into the well.
Jack and Rex starved for days. When Jack was about to leave the world, he shouted out loud, "I shall never forgive humans." With saying that, he carved out a puddle of blood and became the blood bomber.
Here are a few tips on how to prevent the blood bomber from bombing you with blood.
The first tip is don't go close to your well on Halloween.
Secondly, get a dog to protect you. The blood bomber rarely or never hurts dogs.
If you are a bully, chances of you getting blood bomb are higher. So, if you are, stop bullying people at once. The next tip is if you are a parent, try to care more about your child and never neglect them.
It's quiz time! So, before we start quiz time, here are some of the basic rules. Answer the questions by typing them into the chat. You can only send the answers after we count 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's start right now.
The first question is, why does the blood bomber wear bandage? A. The blood bomber was bullied because he had a skin disease. Therefore, he wore bandage to cover up his skin. B. The blood bomber likes the smell of bandage. C. To prevent itself from seeing the sun, it will turn into ash after seeing the sun. D. The blood bomber loves to wear bandage because it has a nice sparkly.
Can everyone type your answers in the chat box?
Can we send it now or we can't send it yet?
Yes. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Valerie?
Yes, the answer is A. The blood bomber was bullied because he had a skin disease.
What was the name of the blood bomber's dog? A. Rex. B. Skeleton Blood. C. Skeleton Blood. D. Stekton Blood. Okay, get ready to type the answers in the chat. 3, 2, 1, go! Thank you everyone for typing your answers in the chat. I see that most of you got the answer correct. The answer is C. Skeleton blood.
The last question is, does the blood bomber have a heart? Yes or no?
Please type your answers in the chat box in 3, 2, 1. Go! Xinghui.
The answer is no.
Thank you for watching and listening. Wish you a happy Halloween, and that's the end of our presentation. Thank you.